Howdy folks, and welcome to this Let's Play of PlanetBase. My name is Sonelias, and we're going to be loading the end of the last saved game, which is basically the end of the last episode, which was episode 7. So welcome to episode number 8. Pretty much a little bit like Mars, I would say. At the moment we've got a good number of colonists, 164. If you just look at the spread of the base. So our original starting position was really with this particular oxygen generator here, which I straight away built as a medium-sized one, with of course that landing pad over there. Since then I've basically built a larger starport. I've got the various different production facilities up and running. And if I look at my current position in terms of the various different parts, spares is still one of the ones that we need to basically get more of. But where have I actually invested all of my resources? Well, as you can see, I'm basically building here an anti-meteor laser at the moment. Also, as you can see, that's basically the range of the defense. So I need to build one down here as well, in reality. Building another canteen, I'm building another biodome. Very, very large one. I've got a storage facility here already, but I will be required to build an additional one over here. To be able to cater for that particular requirement. And that's a multi-dome we got there at the moment. I will be able to put in here already some TVs. I should also be able to put in here. Let's put in here one of those nice walk wheels, as well as of course a watering facility. A bench, you name it. So the standard stuff I'm just going to put in there for the moment being. Now, when you're playing this, most of the time, as you can see, I've basically kicking up the clock speed to get more in terms of the game speed to be used. Now, at the moment, I'm running short of spares, what it says. So in reality, I should cut back down on production of various bits and bobs for a while. Now, as you can see, my spares workshop here is being used. This one is being used as well as this one. So we should get some spares out in just a minute, particularly when these are progressing nicely in terms of the production of those parts. Alright, I have all the components in place now for my anti-meteor laser there. As you can see, it's being constructed at the moment. I've just had a trade ship land here. That's nice. That will take up a fair amount of energy, 4.5. Let's see what the trade ship has got to offer. Pretty decent commission rate. I'd say anything less than 50 is pretty decent. Anything less than 40 is, I would say, excellent. I've not come across anything yet that would basically allow me to make it easier for me to get rid of certain bits of sorry, I was just considering what to actually send here, but if I'm looking at the number of vegetables that we can actually have in stock, maximum seems to be 60. Now I'm not sure whether that's the maximum capacity of the ship that's limiting it, or if there's another constraint that I'm not seeing at the moment. So what I'll be still doing, I'll be trading 10 of my medical supplies. I will be trading that for a driller bot. Plus I'm going to try to get my hands on that DNA. That is quite an expensive one. So I'm going to supplement that purely and only with money. So that will basically be a fair and equal trade at the moment. Now, at the moment, I got a sick bay over here. I got another sick bay down here. Oops, armed invaders detected. So what do we do when we basically got that? We basically turn over to a red alert. Intruder has been killed, and we have found some more intruders here as well. That's one of my doctors or medics. Unfortunately, she just died. Oh boy. Other doctors are being attacked. Further colonists are dying here. And finally I got some of my troops coming in. I lost 5 of my colonists, unfortunately. So that's one of the reasons why you should really have these kind of control centers. It's basically to combat or tackle those kind of invasions. Now in reality I should probably have built an extra one over here instead of basically this multi-dome, but okay, for the time being I gotta just live with what I got. Now what's the population of my base like at the moment? Have I still got enough medics? Now as you can see at the moment I'm down to 7 medics, which makes up about 4% of the population. And hopefully I'll be able to get another 2 or 3 of those in shortly to supplement my numbers there. Okay. So my numbers of spares is up to 4 at the moment. I'm kind of hoping there will be more shortly. Colonist numbers are down. Down because we just lost a few during that invasion. We've just gained a robot here, which is great. Like I mentioned just a minute ago, I will need to build an extra control center here really. Now I can actually build them of various different sizes, as you can see. So if I build them like this, I can actually connect this one as well as that one. Oh no, only the one to it. I was kind of hoping to be able to do both. Transmission received. Right, let's turn down the speed briefly. A ship containing a small group of stranded travelers are asking for help. What do they need? They need meals, they need water, they need happiness, they need some sleep. Yes, we'll basically give them permission for that. I suspect that that's the ship of the visitors. So first thing they seem to need is sleep. I can very clearly see that they are visitors because of course they're wearing the different colors robes. Not sure where he or she is going. Getting food. That's one of their initial priorities, it looks like. Which is fine. Now down here we have now finished this large biodome, which of course means I can now start building additional food production facilities in here. That here is my canteen, a large one. I will of course be building various different tables in there. What else can I build in there? Have I still got space for anything else? It doesn't look like that allows me to actually get anything other than that in there. It's not a big problem straight away, but yeah, it doesn't make it much easier, does it? I believe I got a pretty decent surplus in terms of the bioplastics. Right, let's kick up that speed again. I do want to get a few of these starches in here. But I do also want to keep an eye on my actual water levels. So if I do build another water extractor, I can actually build a larger one here. Should still be enough space to actually move the base through there. I believe I did already mention earlier I need to build an extra facility in terms of facilitating extra growth. Cool, that's kind of what I was hoping to be able to do here. I'll probably build a control center down here. That looks like it's too big. So I need something that's small. So it doesn't allow me to build anything large there. Small oxygen generator should really help me out here quite nicely. So kind of just hoping to be able to establish some kind of connection between these two buildings here. And if I'm able to use that oxygen generator for that purpose, then yeah, why not? population is slowly rising again, and we're back to the original starting levels that we had at the beginning of this particular episode here, 164. Now, as you can see, my levels of energy are dropping here. So our consumption is significantly larger than our actual production at the moment. So if I look at our storage facilities up here, these are slowly being utilized as well. So we will need to supplement those numbers somehow. Now I've got a fairly stable level here in terms of ores, but where are they based? Are they just outside of the mines, or there's big stacks of them outside of the mines, as you can see. In reality, it looks like I really need to build significant more bots. Now, I'm building here construction bots. I'm building also, of course, my main bots here. I believe I've got another one down here. Yep, this one actually is a proper carry bot. So I will build an extra one in this particular place as well. Another production facility and another repair facility. Okay. So that should take my numbers to a decent level here. Now that is, I believe, a construction bot. Yep, it is. I probably want to purely focus on basically building carrier bots for the moment being. So instead of having all the people move the stuff around, we should be able to have the carrier bots move the stuff around. Did I just meet all the conditions for the visitors? I think I should have done. I didn't get any message to that effect though. Okay. What workshop has been built? Perfect. Good. So that connection here does help in terms of people being able to get food into here. And I did also say earlier that I wanted to basically build an extra storage facility here as well. So I will be building one of those once I've got enough resources. Now I will be building one extra one of these down here. Just because really that's one of the ones I'm really running short of continuously. Control center is low of oxygen. Yeah, well, it's a new building. Was it hit? It looks like it was hit by a meteorite. There we go. We're just repairing that, it looks like. Good. And we should be able to straight away build in there a weapon facility, weapon storage facility, as well as a security console. So spare parts are basically up in there in terms of level again. Decent sized colony ship, so that takes us up to 169 colonists at the moment. We are really getting to be low in terms of energy at the moment. So really, I guess the main focus for the next little while should really be on building additional energy producing facilities. Like, for example, an additional windmill and of course additional solar panels as well. Solar panels are important because they will basically give me growth potential during the day. So recovering from the losses of the night. So production is again in the positive, in the green. So really want to focus on some additional growth of that. So I might maybe want to move some additional production down here as well. I'm not sure whether there's a connection possibility up here or not. Then again, that's a little basin here that if I could basically fill it up purely and only with energy production facilities. Alright, so I did mention earlier I wanted to build an extra construction point here, a storage facility. Since this one's not really full yet, I'm going to hold off on that for the moment being. population is doing pretty okay. Got a trade ship in at the moment. Let's see what kind of exchange rate. Is a really, really poor one, 65. So I'm going to dismiss that ship. I really don't want to do business at that kind of exchange rate. Alright, almost ready that one. That's a carrier bot there. And another carrier bot. And that's sufficient to be able to build that large solar panel now. Or very large solar panel, I should really say. Decent levels of metals now. Bioplastics also decent levels. Oops, looks like food production is getting to be on the low side. So what I'll do is I'll build additional food production facilities down here. Is there another one up here which I can actually add additional ones into? Probably can recycle some of this. Yep, I'll recycle that one. And I'll basically put another food production item in there, which will be the tomatoes. Any other food production? Let's have a brief look. Got this one here, which is producing pretty much at full tilt, it looks like. Over here I got some facilities as well. Again, this one is pretty much fully utilized in terms of production of the various different bits. Very, very little in terms of yeast production, but lots of food production facility here. There's a little bit in terms of storage of bioplastics there. I could reprioritize some of these over here if I find one that's got relatively low. Yep, let's rebuild there a additional pure food production item. I really don't want to reach a state where my food production is detrimental to the health of my colony. Oops, unfortunately we have another invasion, it looks like. I've lost 3 colonists thus far. Okay, the invaders have been knocked out. Takes my population down to 170, unfortunately. Good thing we got sick bays. And the sick bays really, really helped me here. So that's good. I might want to build another sick bay down here, even if it's a small one. At least have some additional capacity down here, just in case it's needed. So I've got an arms workshop here as well. I'm building some guns, it looks like. Trading ship has just arrived. And what have they got to trade? I want at what rate? 60. Forget about it. Don't want it. Not interested. Bye-bye. Alright. Down here. Wind turbine has been built, which is good. I did mention I wanted to basically build a small hospital down here, or sick bay. Connecting that straight up to the oxygen generator there should be beneficial. We've got an airlock there, so that's good. And then from here I want to basically connect this up to a... what do I connect it up to? Probably a storage facility here. A large one. Okay, so in terms of spares, pretty okay for the moment being. I believe I did mention earlier I wanted to basically build a security control center down here. So probably build that in this particular direction here. Key reason being I will want to be able to build more airlocks here as well. Now why do I need a new airlock here? Just because at the moment I've got no way of actually getting people to leave the base. Actually put an airlock over there, so let's get rid of this one here. Airlock is there. I didn't see that earlier, but we still need, of course, that control center here. Probably more importantly, we need to have the energy production facilities here. So good connections with those, as well as, of course, additional windmills here as well. Windmill connection, and because of the sandstorm we need to basically go to yellow alert. But it does of course give me an opportunity to actually say we want to have some extra bits and bobs here, which we're not straight away going to build, but at least get them in the queue of production. So probably want to do one of these up here as well, another storage facility for energy. Right, the sandstorm is hitting our base at the moment. Got a capability here of building more food up here as well, which I will need to invest a little bit of effort into. Population of 172 at the moment. Mostly due to some of the invasions having actually knocked down, let's say, about a dozen of our crew members. Okay. What I'm going to build in here, well, first off, of course, a storage facility for the purpose of storing some medication in there. And of course a whole bunch of hospital beds here. Okay, that cabinet should allow me to hold about 4 medication items, so that's good. The trading ship has landed at 60% once again. But they've got this panel here, the colossal panel. I'm quite interested in actually getting my hands on that, but at 60%, it's a bit of a steep price. Another large storage facility is being built here. Am I missing any particular key resources? I've got a big surplus in terms of bioplastic, well, big 15. Key thing is I'm still missing in terms of metals. Not necessarily missing out in terms of ores, but mostly in terms of metals, which, okay. So I can deprioritize this one here. Keep that one prioritized. Storage is low on oxygen. Well, okay, you got oxygen coming from there as well as from here, so I'm not fully in agreement on that one. Low. Alright. Let's connect these two up here. Next one up there is that solar panel, which will be built in just a second. Doesn't benefit me in any way at the moment yet, but once the actual day breaks, of course that helps in terms of production of the electricity. Unhappy population here. to some extent. One of the things I will want to produce here is another sleeping facility. I don't have anything down here for the purpose of sleeping at the moment. Oh, actually I do. I got a dorm here. It's not fully utilized. It is utilized pretty decently, but not fully. Another trading ship has landed, a smaller one. 50%, 55% commission. Now I've got a fairly good level in terms of starch. Do I want to basically reduce my levels of starch? Probably, I could do that. How much do I need to give? Alright, let's get rid of some other stuff as well. I've got a little bit left there. Yep, I guess that'll be the numbers. So connection has been built, which is down here, which is great. Solar panels are working at the moment. And of course we will be building additional bits. And unfortunately we did lose one of our robots here just now, which happened over here. So some of the resources of that are again available for redistribution within my base. Food levels are up again where I would like to see them. 120 plus. Meals, we got a good number of those. Beers, we got a good number of those. The only one I'm really a bit concerned about is the metal. Really, I need to somehow get that production of metal up. Another wind turbine has been built here. Another wind turbine. How do I get another one here? Okay. So even if it's a small one I'm building, it's still a leg up here. Now I will want to also build a water tank. Again, we've run out of spares. Interesting. So our production is still out stripping the actual consumption, which is good, I would say. Storage is used here at very low levels. Same over here, it looks like. So we've got two storage facilities here, which are both big, but very low levels of utilization. So 4 pieces of medicine here, and of course the 4 beds. What is this? Ah, Gargantuan. Okay, let's go for that one. Let's try to acquire it. I'm going to get rid of 10 of those pieces of medicine. Let's maybe make that a little bit more. I really, of course, can do this in increments of 10 by shift clicking on there. Alright, that should do the trick. Reward per visitor. Yep. Alright, the doctor's treating these wounded people. That's exactly why I built so many of these facilities here. All these people will be treated in a relatively short amount of time. I got sufficient doctors to hand. they'll be handing me some cash shortly as well. There's still 4 of them in my base at the moment. But those numbers will change as, of course, we see more of them returning to their ship. At the same time, we of course see our credits increasing here as well. And it looks like we have completed our mission. 140 coins have been earned. Trade ship has landed. What could we be trading for? We could try to basically get our hands on some of this genetically modified material. 60% commission, so again expensive unfortunately, so I'm dismissing that ship. And I'm going to be saying, well, it's been a nice run today. And we're going to save away the game as save 26. Now, this is of course because we've reached the half-hour mark. Don't want to keep you too much longer, but anyways, thank you again for joining me today. Hopefully you enjoyed today's session, and I'm more than of course willing to consider all the comments you might want to leave down below. Have a great day in the meantime, and see you on the next one. Bye-bye.